Eheleh, hello. So I'm just gonna pretty much show you my morning routine. This is from, let me show you, this thing that I bought on AliExpress quite a while ago. I'm now religiously starting to use it at least once a week. Basically, it's something that replicates the PMD microdermabrasion, I think. So you just basically suck your skin like the PMD kiss. And this one, I guess I must have gone a little more harsh on this side. I don't know. But I'm always focusing on my wrinkles because I'm a wrinkly lady. So what I usually do first before I do anything is I take this. This actually is birth control, obviously, and it helps me with my skin. And obviously, what it does is what it does, birth control. After I take my birth control pill, I would then do my cream that I put on my face. I do this one, which is the Aveeno Positively Radiant, and it actually has an SPF 15 in it. So I do like, oh, it's almost finished. Oh, there we go. So I do about this much. I know that seems like a lot. This is what I do. I get my ears as well, because, you know, and my neck, because, you know, your ears are also part of your face. Just, you know, so you know. So yeah, I rub that in, and obviously whatever leftovers I have, I just rub it all over my hands, because your hands burn too. And then I take this, which is a Neutrogena Hydro Boost gel cream. It also has hyaluronic acid in it, and the reason why I use this is because I'm an old lady. So yeah, I do like a little bit of that, and you're supposed to use it every night and day. So I just put it around the problem areas where I get wrinkles, which is all over the place, but usually it's around my eyes, my laughing lines, and then my forehead. My forehead is like one of my problem areas, like huge. Like I have laughing lines in my eyes, like I've always had it since I was probably like, I don't know, when I started like identifying like, oh, my face in the mirror, like looking at myself in a beauty way, maybe age 9. I always noticed that I had like these smile lines everywhere. And I was like, oh, I'm such an old lady. And that was like when I was 9 years old, and I thought I had like old lady skin, which, okay, like whatever, everybody has different skin, but mine's like super old lady. The next thing I do is one of two things, like option wise, no filter concealer. And if I'm outside, I do this, which is the Yardley London Stay Fast Foundation. I've been using this brand since the beginning of my teenage career. Well, like when my teenage life started, I started using this in Ivory. And it actually also has SPF in it, which is a big bonus for me because I'm a ginger. So yeah, I do this when I'm outside. And then I do this one if I know I'm gonna be inside all day, or if it's nighttime and I don't need the stuff, which also I have to like ship this from far because they don't have Yardley in America. So I can't just run to the store and get some if I run out. But I have had this for 3 years and it's still very full because I don't usually put a lot of like foundation or concealer on my face. So I use very little amounts. Yes, it's very dirty, but it's also my face. So I do a little dot like that, and then I just dab where I think it's necessary. If I see any like spots, and I try to use very little just because I have a lot of like wrinkles around my skin. my eyes, so I don't want it to look like I'm wearing a lot of like cakey makeup. I think I have just a very mature looking skin, so I always have to make sure that I don't use too much makeup in that area. Like people who bake, yeah, I can't do that. My skin will look so bad. I've tried it before, so I just have to try and keep my skin looking as natural as possible, because I just don't have that kind of skin where you can layer it up, because I have older looking skin. So once I've done my like concealer in the areas that I think it needs concealing, I take this translucent powder, which is the Revlon, and you can see how much I've used it. It's still not finished yet, so I'm not gonna throw it away. I basically do a swirl, dab it, and then I just press into the creases of my eyes, just because, like I said, the makeup collects in my, what you call that stuff? Wrinkles. So the makeup collects in the wrinkles, and it just makes me look like I'm wearing gross makeup and that I'm older than I'm actually supposed to be. But yeah, so I also go around my nose, on my nose, basically anywhere I put concealer, just to make sure that it's all packed in nicely into my skin. And I even don't put like anything over here, because it, again, like it settles into the lines and it makes me look like I'm older. I just don't like that look. I really want it to look natural and as young as possible, because young is all the rage these days. Well, obviously, everybody wants to look young for the rest of their life. I don't have a system. I just see what my face needs and I put it on. So this is the Catrice Cosmetics. I got it from Ulta. One of the best freaking things I've ever purchased, because it has everything I need in one palette. So I just travel with this all the time. I used to have the e.l.f. one, which was blush and bronzer duo, and it ran out, so this is the replacement. I'm much happier with this one because it has highlight. So this brush that I've been using since I bought it, and I haven't washed it. Yes, okay, big deal. I will probably start washing it when I stop my birth control, but at this moment it's been fine, so I understand I have to wash my brushes, thank you. So yeah, I just dab in the cooler tone one, and I just sculpt out my cheekbones just a little bit, because I want to look like I'm nice and chiseled in my face. My neck. And then all over, whatever's left over, just to like warm up my face, because obviously I have a very pale face. The next thing I do is I take the same brush that I used with the translucent powder, and I dab, and I just do a little bit of nose contour. Blend it in. Okay, the next thing I do with the same brush is I put some pigment in my eyes. So this is a way that I make myself look like I'm wearing eye makeup. I think it's a really nice color to make yourself look natural and not totally naked, because I think that looks so much better than just having a plain eye. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It just depends on how I'm feeling, but this is my usual everyday makeup, go-to makeup. And then I put a little bit underneath, ever so slightly. Next thing I do is I take is I take the blush, both colors, and I make it kind of look like I'm flushed, young. Because when you do the flushed face look, kind of like when a baby wakes up after having a nap, they're like all blush in their cheeks and they look so cute and cuddly and youthful. That's kind of what you're trying to aim with in terms of this look, and making sure that you look and appear as bright as a button. I don't know if anyone knows that saying, but it's a saying in my books. Fresh like sliced cucumber. So the next thing I do is I take this highlighter. I do have many other highlighters, too many highlighters, but since I'm just doing my everyday makeup, whatever I do, what's easiest, like just grab it and take my day away. I just swirl into the highlighter section and I highlight my nose, obviously, the bridge just a little bit, and then I go a little ham on the cheeks because I need to look dewy and beautiful for the day. And I really only like target this area over here and then right up on the side. The reason why I don't do anywhere near my eye is because you can see how deep my laugh lines go. So I don't want to highlight my age or my wrinkles. And obviously when you put like shiny stuff on things, it's obviously gonna draw attention to that area. And making sure that I don't, go over anything, I take this and I just rub away from my eyes. And yeah, that's my highlight area. What is the next thing I do? My brows. So I just fluff them up. Sometimes I just literally fluff them up and angle them the way I want them to go, like that. So that's, if I have my tint on, because I tint my brows and my eyelashes are a little weak in terms of tint color, but it doesn't last as long as my brows. It's much harder to do, and I tint my brows and my eyelashes myself. I literally fluff them up, and when I'm done with that, I take this angle brush and then this palette, which is the Laura Geller. I went dumpster diving and I found this. It was a brand new brow sculpting palette. I actually found a few of them. Yeah, it was a time in my life where I was like, dumpster diving, that sounds fun. And I found a bunch of palettes and makeup, and it was actually quite fun. I like a natural look to my face. And like I said, it's just, I had to learn with my brows. My brows were never like this. Like first they were like kind of straight, then they were like all wonky. It took me a while to like get my brows to where they are right now, and I think I like my brows a lot. The shape specifically, like the way it goes up and then it comes down a little. I don't know. You kind of just got to play around with makeup and shapes on your face to figure out what you like. And if you like it and somebody else doesn't like it, whatever, bro. After I'm done the brows, fluffing them up, I then do no mascara, like what I am now, or I do a little bit of mascara when I feel like my face is a bit dull. So I literally just do the slightest amount of mascara, because I hate taking it off. It's one of the worst things to take off. So literally, that's all I do. And then I take my finger and I rub the excess off. like that. Because again, less is more. I want to look as youthful as possible. I'm gonna put this Steve shirt. Okay, what's next? I guess I can brush my hair. Detangler brush. And then the last, but not the least, I take this, which is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. And I actually use this for my wedding, and the color is Seductress, number 65. You can't see that. But it's one of the best nude lipsticks for my skin tone. Oh my gosh, it's the best color ever. It's like your lips, but better. I know a lot of people say that, but it's true. And then I kind of like overline my lips just a little bit so that I don't look like I have tiny little thin lips. Yeah, and then I guess I can put something nicer on. And that is the end result of my youthful face. So yeah, as you can see, I don't do a lot, but I think a little goes a long way, especially with, you know, this day and age where we're trying to look as young as possible. And yeah, I have to do this when my face is starting to look like older and have to keep up with my wrinkles. But number one thing is SPF, you know, moisturizer, and what's the other one? Oh yeah, and skin routine. Like make every week or every month, have a routine. Like if you're gonna, you know, needle your face, like microderma roller or PMD or whatever things you can do for your face, you aren't going to be young forever, right? So start now, start when you're younger, and then keep it up and remain that consistency with your skin routine. And you one day look at yourself and be like, wow, I look good. I'm 40 years old, or I'm 55 years old, or whatever age, and I look like $1,000,000. So yeah, take it or leave it, you know, you're not invincible. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you know, have any suggestions for future videos, just let me know. Bye. Okay, bye.